We know the tale of Davy Crockett, fists clenched, rifle blazing, meeting a hero's fate in a storm of gunfire for Texas liberty. A martyr's final stand, but what if that iconic ending never happened? What if America's celebrated frontiersman met a fate so grim, so politically explosive, that the truth was suppressed for over a century? Imagine this: Crockett surrendering his weapon. First, be sure to like and subscribe to WinLink Deep Dive to support our investigative community. An incendiary document surfaces from sealed Mexican archives. It claims Crockett was not killed in battle. It insists he was captured alive, a notion long dismissed as heresy until an eyewitness account, penned just days after the fall, is found hiding in plain sight. Then, a stunning admission from Sam Houston himself. 7 men surrendered. 7. But their names were never revealed. Why? Picture the scene. The smoke of battle clears. Crockett stands, disarmed, before the victorious Santa Anna. A Mexican general pleads for mercy. Santa Anna flicks his wrist, a silent order of execution. Not 1, not 2, but 5 Mexican officers, men who stormed the Alamo, swore they witnessed it. Crockett, taken prisoner, executed without cause. Their testimonies, buried in personal diaries and official documents for generations, now scream the truth. This isn't speculation. This is evidence. Military logs, private letters, sworn affidavits from both sides of the war. Scholars now agree. The proof is overwhelming. The myth is over. So what truly happened to Davy Crockett? The reality is more brutal than the legend, and it changes everything. Do not look away. This is not a theory. He absolutely fought with courage and honor until the very end. Yet another account of his death now stands supported by evidence that is nearly incontrovertible as the true sequence on March 6, 1836. This divergent story, long rejected by traditional historians, has steadily gained traction with modern investigators. In 1955, a purported Mexican memoir boldly declared that Crockett had laid down his arms instead of dying in combat. That version was dismissed as sacrilegious gossip for decades until its English publication in 1975 ignited new scrutiny. As academics sifted through corroborating evidence, including overlooked Army journals and personal correspondence, the narrative fundamentally transformed. An early official communiqué issued by Sam Houston on March 11, 1836, states verbatim that 7 men had surrendered. Houston omitted Crockett's name, likely to avoid controversy in the early Texan campaign. But press reports soon followed, confirming that defenders had yielded against impossible odds. The Morning Courier and New York Inquirer reported on July 9, 1836, that 6 Americans were discovered near the wall, still alive. The fearless Davy Crockett was brought forward to face General Santa Anna, staring resolutely into his eyes, a final act of defiance. Their captor, General Manuel Fernandez Castrillon, asked Santa Anna what to do, begging for leniency. The Mexican leader coldly replied, "Have I not told you before how to dispose of them?" Several junior officers then drew their swords and violently stabbed the defenseless prisoners. This barbaric act, witnessed by many soldiers, became a stain on the campaign. Other Mexican accounts align with chilling consistency. Ramon Martinez Caro, Santa Anna's personal secretary, wrote in an 1837 pamphlet that 5 survivors were found by General Castrillon, only for troops to break ranks and slaughter the prisoners without pity. The diary of José Enrique de la Peña provides a detailed record. Some 7 men survived the carnage among the chapel wreckage, protected by General Castrillon, and were presented before Santa Anna in a tense courtyard. Among them was the frontier legend David Crockett, famous throughout America for his unique adventures and coonskin cap. Santa Anna answered Castrillon's plea for mercy with an angry flick of his glove, commanding his aides to kill them at once. Commanders and officers shrank back in horror, some utterly revolted, But sycophantic officers near the president, hungry for favor, leaped forward, swords raised, descending like wolves upon these helpless men. Though viciously tortured before death, they died without a cry, preserving a silent honor in front of their executioners. As historian Dan Kilgore, author of How Did Davy Die?, concludes, these testimonies emerged slowly over 60 years in fragmented diaries and sworn statements, some only recently unearthed from archives. Alone, each might be questioned due to bias or faulty memory, but together they form a more solid documentation than exists for any other moment of the battle. The conclusion is simple. The sheer weight of evidence from those who were there strongly indicates David Crockett was taken alive after the Alamo fell and was brutally murdered without trial on Santa Anna's direct orders. As James Shackford powerfully summarized in his biography, David Crockett, we focus too much on the minute details of Davy's death at the Alamo. Those details are insignificant when measured against the broader fabric of history. What matters is that he died as he lived. His life demonstrated relentless courage confronting the wilderness and conflict. His death exemplified an unyielding spirit facing tyranny. His existence was a testament to total devotion to the ideals of liberty that shaped a young nation. He died fighting intolerable oppression, achieving immortality not by his fall, but by his stand. So, the king of the wild frontier did not die with his rifle in hand on the Alamo walls. He stood unarmed in the ashes, faced a dictator, and was massacred for it. History sold us a martyr's death, but the truth reveals a sacrifice. Why did this reality escape us for 140 years? Shame, political convenience, or the difficult fact that heroes do not always die in a glorious blaze? Sometimes they are forced to their knees in death, yet remain unbroken to the final moment. 5 Mexican officers testified to it. Sam Houston hinted at it, newspapers printed it, and then forgot it. The evidence did not disappear. It was ignored, buried, because it conflicted with the legend we wanted. But legends are not history. History is messy, brutal, and profoundly human. Davy Crockett didn't just die at the Alamo. He was executed, and that changes everything. Not his courage, but ours. Can we accept a hero who surrendered, or does that make his final act, standing silent, principled, and facing death unarmed, the ultimate form of bravery? They killed the man, but why bury the truth? Never allow the victors to hold the only pen that writes history. Question everything, especially the stories we call heroic. What did you think? Does this revised history change your perception of Davy Crockett, or does it ultimately make his final stand more powerful? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you unraveled history secrets with us today, make sure you don't miss the next one. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss an upload.